Good evening, everyone, and welcome. This is a little strange start, a little bit of a strange start to this stream, but there is good reasoning. And it is because I have asked everyone. Hang on, I need to sort something out. I have asked everyone to participate in a knife at 1v1. So I'm not sure who's gonna participate. Probably best started in the middle of the masses. But welcome in, welcome to the Hell EU multi-clan friendly. This is just the pre-game before we flip, but it's going to be a 50v49 tonight, so there's only the one streamer who you are currently watching. I hope you realise that. And we're playing Omaha. It's a random midpoint, so I'm not sure what it is quite yet, but basically there is
Yeah, I'm Green Cat. I play for KRC. That guy Highway Deal's a great guy. Hopefully one day I'll get in the stream. Thanks, that's all.
Alright, thanks Green Cat, thank you. That's my co-host Green Cat just there. So oh, hang on, I just heard something that was not meant to be said. There we go. You shouldn't have said that. But anyway, sorry. So, multi-clan friendly, and see a few of the guys.
Cam user, unbelievable, unbelievable. Oh, there we go.
Sorry, there was no knife fight. I did ask, but I think I was a little too late. So here's the flip. Anyway, standard summit rules with a few extras in there. So we've got one Immortal Artillery who I will be joining. So I will be joining the professional as his engineer, as no one ever takes that spot. We're going to be fighting over Artillery Battery, which is going to be nice and interesting. Lovely open midpoint. I'm going to go hide in a bush, out the way. Into admin camp. So, sorry. So, yeah, it's summit rules. Immortal Artillery. So you have one artilleryman who cannot be killed by recon squads or whoever else finds their way to the HQ. The same with nodes. Nodes are not to be destroyed unless they are in the middle of some capping area and they get exploded, which is allowed. There will only be the Panther tank and the 76 for the heavies, and obviously the mediums and lights as they are. And I think that may be it. However, there are a few additional rules, which are no cap in 5th until there is less than half an hour remaining in the match. And I think that's it. So, hopefully we're in for a good broadcast. I hope you enjoy. I'm getting lots of messages on my phone, which has got me worried. Oh no, just the two. Just the two. Just the two. Anyway, hopefully we don't crash tonight as well. That was interesting on not last week's. It was only Sunday on Sunday's stream. So that was pretty embarrassing. So, quick look at the map shows Extreme the commander pretty keen to get his supply truck into position. Same with the enemy commander Greedy Fox. Got a lovely full transport truck, sorry, with even the soldier surfers. My god, that thing's packed. This is probably going to have some blue chat antics going on. Got Jonas at the wheel. We've got Helen Keller on the top. Pino, SpongeBob, and Brecky, along with Wee Wee Devi. You see the wheel spin getting ready. Jonas getting his truck into 5th gear, or top gear. Depending on which motoring show you preferred the most. I think for most it would be top gear. But anyway. You're allowed to like what you like. It's a nice early supply drop on the blue line from Extreme. Oh, and already Nice rocket away. Landing fairly short, but a good attempt. You love to see the attempt at least taken. More rockets. And if he'd waited, like, he might have got... I see he's aiming for this kind of... not the crossroads, like the T-junction, the three-way junction. No more rockets coming out from the AT. Let's just see how both teams approach artillery battery now. We've got the medium tank crew. I think Boff just perished on top of the medium tank, but apologies. Anyway, Mighty, Bumhead 2 and Ross are in the medium tank. Got Corbot with a fullish truck. Pulling up to the east of artillery, and Jonas absolutely suicide running into the artillery battery bunker, and it appears that Axis may take early control of the artillery battery, but it's all to play for still. There's a lot of bodies in there, though. That's going to be very difficult to clear, given the open ground that the Allies need to cover. We've got Zetka at the front line, along with Tani, Moth, and Sweezy. Zetka falls victim to probably Whiskey on the 1 SBS. Sergeant Panzerfarts. Now that's the other name I like to pronounce. I like to exclaim on these streams. Panzerfarts on one team and Bumhead 2 on the other. Who'd have thought? We're in for a good game. So you can see Axis just sitting pretty in the bunker now. No need to really take the risks here and keep the cap weight up with the strong point under full control of Axis. A couple of rockets here and there. Got Clatter v Disco Balls, who seems to be moonwalking across the field, given my frame rate dropped in there. Disco on a little bit of a flank. Now, main battle is still ongoing. We've got Nightmare pushing up the flank. He's going to run into Grozeskoki. Oh, and he spots him. And Nightmare sent back to respawn. JB, Red, and Panzerfarts pushing down the same flank, but it looks like early cap from Axis. Quite a comfortable cap, but that's the card you dealt with the routes to these points. Sorry, let me just get my phone set up. Sorry, should have done this before the stream started. Bloody hell, what's wrong with my hair on that side of things? Is that one there? Oh well. Crap trim, mate. Anyway, what we're going to see here, we've got garrison up in the artillery battery, protected from bombing runs and the like, tank shells, rockets. So it may be pretty difficult for the Allies to retake this unless they get a good push onto the point. But it does mean that if they lump a lot of numbers onto artillery battery, they are going to leave WN70 exposed. It looks like we've got General 8 in back there to set up fortifications with his support players being Belize and maybe Tani, giving him a second box. Who should we follow for this attack? You can see a lovely. It's not a defensive line anymore. It's just a clump of blue on artillery battery. And we've got Bomberclap Brad and Super Hands pushing up this southern flank. Panic Mechanic and Prima Donnis running past Bomberclap, and a little bit of a gunfight going on. Prima Donnis falls to the fire of Bomberclap. Panic Mechanic is living up to the name, and under Panic is firing that MP40 here, there and everywhere. The Pua leaves, but looks like Private, is it Goose? Goose gets him back, but still a few of the raspberries remain. Recon tank under fire. Who's in the recon? 1 SBS boys are in the tank. Got Loris and Captain Addis MG. Sorry, your name's on the move, mate. I can't read it that fast. Super Hands watches them fly off into the distance. Bomber clap back on his OP, and the Sherman is going to come into contact, but Omni takes it down. As I say, Omni then. Omni takes it down, and now the medium can move up. We've got K-Man, Ronnie, and Wilkster 007. With a license to kill. Well, actually, he's got a license to drive, seeing as that's the seat he's in, but that's not very 007 of him. Anyway, they're going to set up on map edge, which is a lovely little area to sit in. But they are moving forward. They are going to progress. We've got the medium looking at them, though. We've got Ross, Bumhead, and Mighty looking over towards K-Man's area. They don't have the comms through yet, as they are in the clear area. Oh, they have been pinged. Commander ping has come through onto the medium tank, which means first shot from the P4 onto the side of the Sherman tank, damaging it significantly. But hang on, a support and an engineer? Could it be? Could it be that they get a repair station? No. He's running the satchel, never mind. It's not that kind of comp game, is it? This is a brawl, a multi-clan brawl, and now the P4 moves up to confirm the kill. Sorry if I'm missing a lot of the stuff on mid, but I don't really ever give the tanks a bit of love, so this is what this is. So Pappy with the satchel. And it looks like they're going to turn the gun in preparation, and they see it. They turn, they fire, and the Sherman is eliminated. Wonderful work and great decision making from Ross89, shooting from Bumhead 2, and of course you cannot forget Mighty Driver, the mightiest of drivers. Now backing up, laying down, suppressive fire. Oh, a close rocket from Sweezy. That would have been a beautiful shot onto the turret. Yes, I am still sporting my beautiful cough that you may hear here and there. Oh, a short rocket from Sweezy, and now he's probably going to be dry. We move on. Big brawl coming in onto artillery. We've got Greedy Fox even getting himself involved from the commander role. Girth D. Brooks. Have I been baited there? I can't tell. But he's on the flank. He sees Boff, and the satchel goes off, which means defensive garrison is down. Pino's been taken down as well, just Chief remaining. But squads do come back in off of their OPs. We've got Sausage Surprise, Chaotic Hammer, Goose, Nightmare, Plague, and Girth all in the bunker now taking control. And it looks like the satchel has done the trick. That's the only thing the bunker cannot protect from, is the lethality of the satchels. The level of destruction of the satchels cannot be prevented by the thickness of the concrete walls. And now there's a big scramble from Axis to jump back on. But where are the Raspberries pushing in from? We've got... It's a rather interesting garrison. I don't know how they've got that up, but it's about to go down. But a little bit of map analysis. Woohoo! Let's go. Right. As you would expect, everyone is spawning around here. And they're all running in this direction to the point, as you would expect. We've got OP, 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 Gary, OP, Gary, or OP. And they are going to just lump bodies in every which way they can into the point. It's like a three-way pronged attack. Three-pronged attack. Anyway. Sound back on, and that's map analysis done. And we haven't missed too much, just the recap. I mean, I haven't missed too much. I've probably missed something. Another satchel goes off, takes out 3. Must have been Nightmare, who's the remaining satchel class. If he made it out alive. If it was someone who's since perished, I am very sorry. Whoa, okay. Who was that? Major someone going for a major fly through the air after Clatter probably rockets the trench he's sat in a rocket too short for unknown tribute from Clatter. Smith and Rosa now moving up towards Krumer. Smith falling victim, but Rosa getting revenge on his squad mate and ensuring that the OP is taken down. Got Rosa in the bunker, and we've got AK Jur on the bunker. And Rosa is just sitting happily in this bunker. Nice bit of cover. Doesn't know where they're pushing from. Getting his OP up. See what he does from this position. He seems to be the only one that's made it through here. He's in a sticky situation. Doesn't know doesn't know where the enemy will be pushing from. Corbot joining Rosa and Panzerfahrts along with Red and Clatter. A good push here from the Allies into the bunker. Well, not into, but around the bunker. We've got Pleb and Plague, the 2 Ps. Now the 1 P remaining, and now the no Ps remaining. So no Ps in the pod. Doesn't look like the Blueberries are going to be able to get back onto this. We've got quite a few Blueberries in the back lines. Oh, that was the other rule, sorry. No backline antics until, I think it was 15 minutes, something like that. As in, like, don't rush the backline, I think. Got Helen Keller doing exactly that onto WN70, putting a bit of cap pressure on. So if this fails to cap, it may be a 4th, 5th battle. Got Rosa, Doug, Smith, all sat at the front line, and this looks like it's going to be flipped in the Allies' favour. Tani taken down. Oh, a lovely rocket from Panzerfahrts there onto the OP spawn of some poor souls. And now back to Church Road with the remaining Blueberries going to spend their life up here attacking the artillery battery as best they can. Let's catch in with the Step family, shall we? DVD's Step family. We've got Mom and Bro. Bro on the flank, spots the supplies. General 8 has just decided to take a break, but there is no break in war, my friend. And Bro takes down the supplies from the supply truck, denying the... they've already got a garrison anyway, but if they were to rebuild a garrison there. Got Helen Keller moving up. They're moving up to the garrison position. Will they spot it? Helen Keller with a rocket in hand. Garrison has been spotted. And they are behind the 76, which is interesting. So they can take down the garrison and then maybe chase down the 76 if one of them tracks it and the other Step Bro can satchel it. We're working as a team right now, taking down that garrison. No blue chat antics, these guys are in a squad together. And now we've got Brecky face with a 76. And who's in it? It's K-Man and his crew, Ronnie and Wilkster. Chief with the satchel ready to place, and it's gonna get it's on, but Black Shark may have seen. Black Shark is going to run up to them and inform them of the satchel placement, which is very well hidden under the tracks. But did he let them know in proxy chat? The 76 against the P4. P4 needs to turn. P4 needs to get into cover before the satchel goes off. And the satchel goes off! And there's a friendly kill in there, but the P4 have survived. That was great for him. I believe it was... I don't know who it was. But we all saw it, so we can give them credit. Great satchel. Fantastic satchel. But it won't be enough to enable the point flip, I don't think. But now the point has flipped, let's maybe have a look at how the map has changed up and have a little look at map analysis. Right, so if I zoom in a little bit. Oh, that's quite nice actually. Oh, that's really nice. Hang on. There. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Right. Got some enemy suppliers coming down in this area for a garrison up here. So there's going to be... Let me try and draw it best I can. Little garrison up there. That's not how garrisons look. But as you'd expect, you got OPs, you got the garrison in the bunker, you got OPs around the bunker. You got some OPs down on the southern border. You got the backup Gary. It's all nicely set up. You've even got a garrison here. So 1, 2, 3. Lovely little line of garrisons and OPs in the mix. Now, artillery battery is getting capped pretty quickly, so I'll make this quick. We've got the attacking garrison here, which is obviously front door, with a bunch of 4 OPs down here. We got a flanking OP down here, and believe that's... Oh, you've even got an OP up here for the Axis. So you're going to see a push from the front, from the west, from the south, and possibly even the east with a flanking manoeuvre. But no one currently to the north, and no pressure from the north. But let's just see how they take this on. Back with sound. Was there any tanks that could change the... Oh, Zombicide is going to get that garrison. Where's that at? That's a great little play from Zombicide. MG in the commander and then taking down his OP. No threat of a strafing run. And the tank has buggered off. Which is Steph, Warhog and Private Seb, who is in the commander spot. DVD Step Bro again. On this flank, along with Stepmom. And Helen Keller's there too. Big spawn wave off the defensive guy. Sorry, it's not in the bunker, it's behind the bunker. Which may be quite good, because if the Axis get a satchel on the front wall of the bunker, it might just be out of range. Which is handy. Rocket through the front door from Whiskey. And Boff with a rocket to the wall. Let's keep it up, team. Let's keep it up. A lovely bit of pressure here from both sides. You can see there the Zombicide, Stepmom, and Bosco pushing in from the east. And we've got Djembe, Whiskey, Adam, and mucho more, along with Major Tiptoucher, pushing in from the west. And then we've got Unknown Tribute, T9, GS, and Chief pushing in from the south. Spawn wave coming in, and what is this we've got? We've got a recon plane in one direction, and we have got friendly supplies down on the blue line for Axis, which is going to be a garrison rebuilt in this area here. So we've got some repair stations as well for the Tiger tank, who is Larice, Addis, MG, and Donsgred. P4 is currently being ran by Ross, Bumhead 2 and Mighty. Laying down some suppressive fire across the front of the bunker. Clatter has seen that and wants to take the long-range rocket shot into the side of the Tiger. It's a fair bit of damage onto it. Boff falling victim to some small arms fire. Second rocket hits the Tiger. Sorry. Clatter spotted by Wee Wee Devi, and return rocket just whisks past his ears. And the final rocket, oh, just too high over the front of the Tiger tank. Tiger is hurt. Tiger takes another rocket to the very front. From more AT, it's Sweezy, and he hits the bush. And now we've got Green Cat supporting the Tiger, possibly. Moving off onto a flank, with the Tiger backing up. Tail between its legs. Poorly damaged. And let's follow Boff, shall we? Let's see what Boff's going to pull up out the bag here. Boff running her down. Running down the ring. Going wherever it leads. Running down the dream. Right, looks like the bunker has been maybe taken by the Axis. Let's see if I got clipping on. Yeah, we've got Rosa in here. That's not a Gary, that's map scenery. Don't be so stupid, Highway. We've got Smith and Rosa along with Chaotic Hammer all holding the front door of the bunker, clearing the area, and it's only Grotesque Hockey who is still in the front door area. Weeby Devi, Zombicide, Jembi, Adam and mucho more pushing up the trench network, looking for an opening. Smith and Clatter spreading themselves lovely through the trench network. Seems they've traded places and Smith wants the flank. He wants to make sure no one's creeping along these hedgerows. Takes position to see what you can see. You see movement in the smoke and at the front of the bunker. The bunker is about to be capped though. Huge push and overwhelmed by blueberries. And the point is capped and they're backing off to try and stabilise and establish a defensive garrison onto artillery battery. They are aware that there are plenty of enemy threats in the area. Clatter and Smith, Rosa and Wilk, the remaining four. But will they be fantastic? Who knows? Rosa is going to get spotted by a Boff here, unless the smoke covers his ass. It does indeed. But not for long, and Boff gets the kill. Clatter, Zika, Wilk, Sweezy and Smith still up and running. Smith still holding position, just scouting the area, keeping this hedgerow and the field clear, but there is he's got a bit of support. SpongeBob now pushing along. Smith laying down. Knows he's been spotted. Will he hear the footsteps? Will he hear the boots of SpongeBob creeping? Yes, he has. He's heard him. Takes aim. SpongeBob now on the opposite side and somehow gets the drop on Smith through the bush. Confirms the kill. And look at this. Blueberries are all over the artillery battery now. We've had two flips, so we've had the initial cap. Oh, the bombing run coming out, but perhaps too late from the Allies, and the protection of the bunker is all that they needed to survive. But is AK good? Oh, Green Cat and AK just about surviving that by the skin of the teeth. Got Panzerfahrts, Badger, and Andy Mack on the flank around to the backup garrison now. You can see here the tanks repair stations being taken down. AK, Panzerfahrts gets the drop on AK and gets the garrison as well. Is there going to be any spawns on it? There is not, but Green Cat. Oh, Green Cat could have saved it. But Andy Mack snipes him. So the backup Gary's gone. There's only the garrison in the bunker now that remains for the Axis. Bit of a sticky situation for them to be in. No one pushing WN7. Only Disco Balls way out. But they is probably just going to be a scout role. Everyone respawning on this bunker right now. Sorry, bit of housekeeping stuff. Maybe one. I'm not sure what the maybe one day was about. But I'm sure I'll be able to link it up when I watch this back. Oh, it was the Green Cat. It was the Green Cat best medic line. Yes. Looks like allies are taking back over. Quick retake possibly here. Garrison taken down. No backup garrison. A lot of OPs lurking around, but I don't think there'll be much squad hopping going on, as it's not that kind of game really. I think players are going to probably stick to their squads, and it's more shooting practice than who's going to win. And I'm not just saying that because I mean I don't pick a team. I'm just on a team. I'm on the team with less players anyway, but obviously the allies have to push up the cliff at the start of the game, so you usually don't get the first gap. But supplies are coming down for Axis. They must have come through when they thought they had the control. Supplies are down for Axis, and it seems allies are well in control. But how has this happened? A lovely wraparound from the garrison up in F6. It's since been taken down with the capture of artillery battery, which seemed a little too easy for the Raspberries to do. They made light work of that, but I don't know if they'll be aware that there's so many blueberries behind them. We've got Botti we haven't seen yet. I don't know if he's been a late joiner or something, but Botti is in and loses the 1v1 to Badger, the Pinot kind. Botti now aware. Oh, Pinot with his rocket in hand. He's seen Davy Dulag. Rhyme with Gulag. Davy Dulag. Oh, and Davy with the MP4, with the grease gun, sorry. Was it the grease gun? Or was it the Thompson? It is the what a maniac. What a maniac! Lovely work. Botti respawning off of his OP and heading north to clear out this threat. Let's stick with Botti for a while. See what he does. Following, I think it's his squad mate Davy Dulag. Lieutenant Moose on the main road. Davy. Stefan with the back to Botti. Botti running his clip dry. Goes garden hopping. And now cautiously progresses around the house. Stefan with a little too much exposed. And Botti takes advantage. Unknown Tribute is now trying to get his OP down, but Botti caught with his pants down, bandage in hand, and that's a little tough. You know, if only there was somewhere else to hide in this house, Botti. If only there was anywhere else to hide apart from the back door. But never mind. Should we have another shot? Anyway, back to the central point, of which now it has been deserted. Looks like no one wants to play around the midpoint because it's all guns are blazing onto Church Road. Seems like both teams are focusing their forces, their attention, around Church Road. So now I'm going to have to kind of drop back over to some new territory and discuss this. I've got ally supplies coming down onto Thomas or Thomas, if you're. I mean, that's a French clan, right? I don't know. Whatever. Hambon. Yeah, probably worth mentioning right now with these tags on screen that this multi-clan fight or friendly match is obviously filtered off different clans. And water is wet. And in here we've got the likes of 7 CIE, we've got 1 SBS, we've got KRRC, we've got DBD, we've got ZSR, and we've got the other Zs, which I forgot. I'm sorry. I'll probably see it somewhere at some point. And probably some others that I have forgotten. But as I see you around the map, I will try and name drop them. Why am I hesitating so much? It's just clans, man. See there on defense, we've got Nano and Green Cat getting approached by Big Red, who's on the flank. And with no one to really stop him right now. He's got free reign. Flare goes up from Big Red. And where has he popped that? He's popped that directly over Church Road, so the Axis will have a lovely flare over Church Road, highlighting the positions of Nano, the two 7 CIE players, and Green Cat. And Green Cat has been taken down by Sweezy. Long range rocket to the window. That was a great cracking shot from Nightmare. Pretty sure that landed in the upstairs middle window of Church Road, so very good shot. And the supply truck is no more. 3 points. Panic Mechanic, extreme luck. Moving their way through a partially open field. But once we get down into it, you can see that there is more in this field than first meets the eye. Panic Mechanic seems to be running into certain death right now, with a flank from the south, multiple tangos, and Plague is possibly going to get the kill onto Panic, unless Panic gets the shot off first, and then is taken down. Looks like there's two or maybe even 3 pushes here. This is pretty hard stuff to cover. We've got a backdoor push onto artillery battery. I don't really know who's going to start the cap first, if I'm honest. But let's map analysis, shall we? Where should we look first? Let's go on to Church Road and have a look at what we've got here. So we've got, cut the sound, got garrison here just to allow for to push through there. We've got OP to allow the push to continue. And then we've got some OPs down here, a little group of 3 who are all pushing around the back of Church Road. Now, artillery battery is getting capped, so we're going to move over there on the map. I've cleared that, haven't I? Yeah. Right, so artillery battery, we have got, it's up here somewhere, isn't it? There we go. We've got this garrison, this OP, this OP, this OP, this OP, all pushing in from the northeast and the east, and the Allies have made do with just these few outposts and garrisons, allowing for their reaction defense to push in from the west and the south, the opposite of where they were pushing from. Anyway, sound on. Let's get back to it. Nothing much has happened at Church Road, and defense is sitting pretty. we have got push in from the church with the likes of Q Badger, Moth, and it was Tarny, but Tarny is tripped in a puddle. Duff Show, Prima Donnis, Topher, Terry, Steph on the defense with Private Goosies. Yep. Someone making a little mistake there, possibly. Apologies. Apex Mule is from the DBD in blue chat. We got Jonas and Pino, squad mates, watching the defense as the artillery battery cap comes through to 50%. Ah, yes, my favourite viewer. My favourite viewer, Fasten. Let's have a little look over at artillery battery. We've got Smith, Corbett and Rosa on the defence. Solid defence boys. They've always been hanging around these this north side trench network, trying to keep it clean, but Rosa falling victim to a Car 98, and Smith, Corbett, Clatter remain trying to clear the area, but are unaware that the Axis that are capping are in the bunker and are going to be pretty difficult to dislodge or to evict. But it seems the cap is going to come through and the defensive run is coming in. Just under an hour left, and we've got Sausage Surprise, Wigan, Aston, Nightmare, Girth all running in to repeat the previous cap, which flipped it so quick. Now I think we had initial cap from Axis, we had a retake of mid from the Allies, recap from Axis, and then a quick retake from Allies, and now it's been recapped again by the Axis. We've had 5 caps already, and some pressure onto Church Road, which was very good to cover. Rosa clearing this area. He's got his OP close, and his enemies closer. He's running through the trench network. We've got Nightmare, and we've got Major Tip Toucher. Rosa, he seems to like to lie down in trenches and put his legs into the walls quite often, I've noticed. Maybe that's some kind of strategic play to make sure his legs are in safety before he progresses. Grozek has spotted Rosa and takes the shot, but misses 2. Rosa with retaliation and confirms the kill, moving again through the trenches. Is he going to spot this blueberry push, clear the area and become the hero? You know, he needs to patch up first. He's got Clatter in support. I thought there was an enemy, but he's obviously patched himself up. Not a medic in sight. Oh, what a shame. But anyway, patched himself up. Only 1 bandage remaining. Again, if only there was some medic carrying a pack of bandages around to drop next to him. But anyway, he moves up cautiously, and he is quickly eliminated by GS with the MP40. SpongeBob taking a very precarious perch on top of the artillery battery's bunker, looking towards the north hedgerow. I've played many a game up here, and I'd never have lasted long. Standard spec, Lieutenant Moose getting themselves into the strong point. Satchel goes off. Maybe it was Clatter. Clatter was hanging around that area. He's the only satchel class in proximity of the artillery battery bunker. He moves in thinking it's clear, but Lieutenant Moose... Okay, Lieutenant Moose doesn't get the drop onto Clatter. Maybe he was looking the other way. Super Hands, not Super Hans, as I've previously said, but Super Hands. Moving in. Fasten using the time splitters emote there, probably doesn't have any idea what that means. Super Hands getting his box down. Defended by Plague, but has Plague got a box down too? There could be a double drop here for a garrison artillery battery. And are we going to see another flip? I need to count these flips. We were Axis, Allies, Axis, Allies, Axis. We're at 5 flips. Are we going to see a 6th flip on the midpoint? If so, the balancing, I need to congratulate the organisers. The balancing here has been great. If we see a 6th cap on mid, I must say, very well done. Very fun game to broadcast. Do you know what we haven't seen in a while? We haven't seen the tanks. We've got a heavy tank though down here. And it's my favourite tank crew of the Axis side. Sorry, actually I shouldn't say that's not fair. My favourite name in a tank crew. Bumhead 2. At the weapon. What have they seen? What is it? What do your elf eyes see? They've seen a hedge, apparently. Bombing run coming out from Axis onto Allies to try and clear this run that they've had back into the point, but it looks like they will cap this if Green Cat, unless Green Cat can survive. Oh, Green Cat does not live to tell the tale. And Plague, Super Hands, Clatter, Chaotic Hammer and Goose get into the safety of the bunker area and confirm the point. Sergeant Panzerfahrt's going aggressive on the attack and pushing the Blueberries back, denying them any access into the strong point. Fantastic play here from the Raspberries. Absolutely wonderful stuff to flip the point for the 6th. Well, to see a point cap for the 6th time this game. Artillery battery has been capped. Artillery is coming down onto artillery battery, but again the moth bodies goes flying. I don't know what it is with these Superman-like bodies flying across the screen every now and again. Recon playing out, and only there is one Raspberry on the strong point. It's Pappy, but there has been a respawn wave of Terry, Steph, and there's 4 of them. A good few, but I'm not going to move back from midpoint as the majority of soldiers are here currently. Let's follow T9 and see what happens here. Oh, sugar. Sorry, I forgot I had collision off. Collision's back on. It's a little grenade. Oh, grenade lands at Chaotic Hammer's feet, but he obviously hears the hissing and runs away. T9. Pino taking point, but T9 taking the same angle as Pino. T9 running into danger, I think. Chaotic Hammer pushing up through the trench, taken down with Panzerfahrts. Pino coming out on top with the accurate shot from the K98 over the M1 Garand of Panzerfahrts. Now Wigan and Plague pushing up through the trenches. T9 taken down by Wigan, and Pino looks over to support his teammate and prevent this advance from Plague and Wigan. Wigan walking into death. Pino confirms the kill. Plague placing a couple of nasty AP mines. Nightmare and Plague now in close proximity of Pino, who gets the shot onto Plague and... was it Plague? Pino on a tear! He's going to run into a mine. No, he's not. He's managed to dodge the mines. This man's not just a killing machine, he's a bloody minesweeper as well. He clicked that grey box and a 2 came up and he knew. Is he going to get Panzerfahrts again? Oh, he's killing sandbags. 3 shots into the sandbags. He's trying to... oh, he's given up on the rifle accuracy. And yep, a rocket will do the trick, mate. When in doubt, Panzer Shrek. Gets his weapons reloaded and continues this killing spree. I think he's on 5. The only issue is point cap is not progressing. Panzerfahrts comes and returns the favour. An eye for an eye. A rocket for a rocket, says Panzerfahrts. So gives him a taste of his own medicine. And Pino is blown to pieces. As you can see here, not a great time to be a blueberry right now. There seems to be not a lot of action on the strong point. Thanks, Spire. Oops, I meant to mute there. Bombing run out from allies along the blue line, looking for the blue line garrison. And I think it may have got it. Well, can't confirm, but there is not a garrison there, so the garrison that is being used by the Axis is down here for the long push along this road with limited cover, but at least it gets you a nice backdoor into artillery battery, which is what we saw a little bit of whilst I was following the story of Pino Badger. Got an outpost here from Mike's squad, but the Allies are going to be sitting well on defence with a garrison there, a couple of OPs, and then OPs, 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 enemy OP, and then you've got another garrison here. So they have got all access routes covered, as well as a garrison on the actual point itself. Now, it seems Extreme's dropping some supplies onto his own position to get a garrison up a little further back than the blue line, given the pressure the blue line's under from the Allies Mike squad, which is Sausage, Surprise, Chaotic Hammer, Goose, and Girth. Four-man squad. MG is taken down fairly easily, and I believe, yes, the commander has got that garrison up now. Church Road seems to be okay, not under a lot of pressure, but you will see quite a lot of players sit in the safety of the artillery battery, not because they don't want to attack, but it's just a lot easier to deny the cap onto artillery battery than trek halfway across the map to Church Road. But these games make it exciting. I'd rather this than watch a fight over WN70 and Dog White, for example, where it's so much chaos and no one can really front door because there's 30v30 infantry. But anyway, let's have a little look at the tank crews, shall we? We've got a P4 moving in through the fields over here. We've got, which tank crew is it? It is the 1 SBS boys. We've got Loris, Addis and Donsgreg in the P4. Will perhaps get spotted by Botty if they sit there. Yeah, Botty's going to have eyes on in a moment. He will have heard the P4 shot there. Comms probably coming through from Botty to Greedy Fox to allow the commander to ping that for the team. Sorry. Am I being an idiot here? Oh, wow, okay. The P4 is hunting down the 76, which is on the retreat. Chief is looking for the satchel. And so is AK. You can see AK running his little legs off to get a satchel on this thing. But it is smoking, and the P4 is in pursuit. Let's pretend I'm like a police helicopter, shall we? Suspect is heading north. Foot soldiers are in hot pursuit with P4 support on the way, which is going to be slightly faster than the 76. They've got a clear shot on them. They aim, they fire at the back of the 76, and it's going to be really hurt now. They really need to get out of there to survive. Another shot's bounced. The 1 SBS boys have got no luck right now with the back, shooting the back of the 76, and the luck has paid off there. And the 76 has been taken down. Got that's an interesting little spot for the Allies supplies, and the Axis squad leader Alabome has removed them from existence, denying the garrison building from the Allies SLs. Now they do have an outpost way out along with this dog squad outpost, but the garrison has gone undetected. Garrison that's just here, right behind Ninek. Hambon, Thomas and Red, Pappy, all pushing Church Road. Maybe enough here to start the cap going if they can take down Pino and Terry, but we've seen what Pino can do. And what he can do right now is fall to the floor and respawn. But at least we can see that his squad leader is close by, which means the OP is probably there. Jonas getting revenge onto Thomas, Pax, and Terry Steph. The cap, as I said and expected, has come through onto Church Road. Panzerfarts, Hambon, Red, Pappy, and Ninek, along with Healdy, all on Church Road. Cap is currently at 20%, maybe a bit less, but is now reverting since the defensive spawn wave of Nano, Prima Donnis, and T9. Great reactions from the Axis there. However, there seems to be a bit of another wave coming from Badger, Moth, Thomas, Ninek, and Hambon. Panzerfarts with the rocket out, doesn't connect with anyone. We've got Smith, Clatter, Rosa, and Zika, along with Big Red pushing in from the south. And this could be interesting if they can make it across this field or make it around to Church Road. This will suffocate the defensive forces from both sides, and I don't think they will survive. However, the cap... God, we're all over. The cap has started onto... No, it hasn't. Never mind. There's not even enough people there unless they're a bit further in. The coffee's getting better, I promise. The coffee's getting better. So I tell you about, he was under pressure, but has since been... Nope. Should I just say, I'm really poor right now, and then the opposite will happen, and I'll become super rich? Like, once I say something, the opposite seems to happen. I thought Pino was going to go on a tear, he dies. The cap's been reverted onto artillery battery, it starts up again. Now the Church Road cap has started again, but I'm scared to say it now because then there's going to be a spawn wave and it'll cancel. God, this is madness. No, this is Spartan. No, yeah, I can't say that and not do the. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Good push here, but Botti, Pleb, David Dulag, Brad, who is DBD as well. We've got Brad, Botti, and Davey, the DBD trio, sitting cautiously on the outside of point. Not in the strong point. They don't want to commit too early, taking down Prima Donnis. Davey moves in, takes the space, sets up an MG in a lovely spot. No, he doesn't. He's got the bar, so never mind. Doesn't need to set that up with his 20 rounds per mag. Who needs a Browning? Brad, Botti, Moth, Pappy, Pleb, Davey, Q Badger, Red, and Panzerfarts now onto Church Road and starting this cap off. Standard Spec is the only one defending along with T9, so not the only one. And Sergeant Brecky, extreme luck, but all of them are falling to small arms fire. We've got I can hear an engine of kinds. It's a supply truck, which isn't going to help. I thought it was a tank. Anyway, we have got quite a few raspberries on the point. Spawn wave comes in. Is it going to be enough to revert the cap? Yes, it is. We've got OPs down. We've got OPs down from the Allies. Buildings are held by the Allies. Botti pushing up to T9. 9 runs off and rotates around the shed. Is Botti gonna check his corners? He does not check his corners, and that's his mistake. He's fallen to T9. Always keep your back to the walls. Even Hambon falls to T9. Terry, Steph, and T9 now moving up to clear the OPs. But Tom C spawning in with Davey, Dull AG moving in. Never mind. Brad moving in with Aston. Sorry, Aston, but like, what can I like? I just say names. I'm like, it's like what's that curse? And you just say names and they die. I can't remember what movie that is. It's almost like Medusa. Like I just look at people and they die. I'm like, right, let's follow Brad. Let's see how long he lasts, shall we? Oh, okay, lovely little shot there from Brad, moving around. Thinks, yeah, why not? These supplies ain't gonna last. I'm not letting these supplies sit here untouched. I'm gonna take them down, he says. Never mind. Maybe he's gonna bait them. Got Smith falling to prima donnas, but we've got Rosa and Doug's to the west of that. Possibly gonna allow for the respawn. Some kind of explosives going off. We've got mines going off everywhere. But it looks like the blueberries are going to stabilise here. We've got Botty and Pappy in the house. Safety in the buildings, boys. Botty is clearing the kitchen. But Botty again, not checking corners. T9, the same man. But Botty getting overran and outnumbered and outgunned. Panzer farts with the mammoth task of clearing this garrison. Takes down 2, maybe 3. Moves up to Chief. Chief ending his run. A little prematurely. Sweezy. Is Sweezy going to be the one to rocket the defensive Gary? He does have LOS right now, but Alabome is alerting himself by sprinting full speed to the west. But he wouldn't have known. Sweezy now. Is Sweezy going to see the Gary? I don't think he can. It's just the other side of that hedge. Just the other side of that hedge. And Sweezy moving up. We've got Pax, Terry, Steph. But again, the spawn waves coming in. We need some map analysis right now. And I know the DVD boys who are on attack right now are going to absolutely love this. So, as we can see, we've got the attacking garrison here allowing for a lovely little run down here. And maybe even this way if there's a little hedge down there. But that's allowing for easy spawn waves. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 OPs. Allowing for attacks from every angle. You're going to see the pressure building every angle apart from the side that the garrison's on, which is now not there. So there is now no garrison for the Axis side, and that is going to be their downfall. I think this may be Church Road falling. Only 1 OP remains, which you can see circled on the screen there. And right, sound on, Jarvis. Back to the game, and let's see what Brad can do. I don't know who got the garrison, but well played, whoever it was. Well sniffed out, and it seems that Church Road is going to get capped with under half an hour to go, which means fair game for point 5 at Beaumont Road. So Brad moving up, and Beaumont Road is there for the taking if they can get Church Road under control. Spawn wave out from T9 off of his OP along with Duff Show, Green Cat. Extreme Luck has made a run from God knows where, because there's a garrison a good 400 meters away, so that's been one hell of a run from him. Axis suppliers coming down to try and rebuild that garrison before the point flip, but I don't think they're going to drop in time. Point is going to flip to the Allies. Allies have played that beautifully with 3 or 4 squads on the attack. The rest were probably defending artillery battery, but I couldn't cover both points given the distance between. I could have checked the map, but that's boring. I want to see the action and check on people and see where people are running and stuff. Now we've got this could be a great counter cap from Axis if they play their cards right. Got a big spawn wave in off of somewhere. I don't know if it was an airhead or a garrison that I missed, but it's since been destroyed or expired. We've got friendly supplies down. Right, back onto map analysis. We've got friendly, not friendly, we've got supplies down from the Allies. We've got the Axis tank now applying pressure in this direction with a little pocket of blueberries in this square, controlling that area and ensuring that no one can escape out of this point to the north for an easy route over to Beaumont Road. However, whoever is Dog Squad, he has made it through. the cracks and is due to apply pressure onto Beaumont Road. Right, off of the map, let's go check on them. 7 CIE Thomas, we've got Pappy in support, and there is very on defence. We've got Brecky, who is sprinting past Thomas, who has obviously opened the book of Pluga hiding places and sat in a very well covered hiding spot. Helen Keller, Nano and SpongeBob onto the defensive positions. Peanut Badger, standard spec, Jonas, big spawn wave in off the, is that a garrison? Yeah, off the garrison. And artillery are dropping smoke onto the area. That is the Allies' smoke. And it looks like the Axis artillery is still firing onto Church Road. Church Road is getting countercapped as expected, given the numbers that we're pushing in from the north into Church Road. We've got Crooner, T9 and AKJ. Little ammo drop coming in. Not sure if someone's requested that or it's a decoy. It does look like Axis are going to get some decent progress onto Church Road here. There's only an OP in proximity of Church Road. There are two. This is interesting. We've got the Axis garrison, which is going to be pushing in here. We've also got the Allies garrison, which are going to be pushing in and down the same route. So they're going to be having a bit of conflict in this area here, which is interesting if that does happen. Now, sound on, please. Right, which is a little strange. However, the majority of spawns seem to be coming from the east, off of the garrison in E5 and the multiple outposts over there. Now, let's see if the boys can retake this. So we've got Boff moving up with AT class. Moving up cautiously, takes aim at General. Oh, and what a shot! He'll have had a lovely ping when he fired that off. And you won't have had a ping when that went off. You'll have had a boom. Great line. Anyway, Allied supplies are back down, and it looks like the commander needs to get the garrison up before T9 destroys the supplies. Is he going to get it up in time? Oh, he was taken down. I didn't see it, but it was probably Smith. Smith defending the supplies, and Greedy Fox is trying to get a garrison up. I think his pocket watch is out. He's just maybe checking the time before he does place it. Nope. He's decided that it is not the time to place the garrison, and that it must be another time, which is now. He's placing the garrison. Just checking the time again. Oh, nope. Checking the time and moving forward. AK gets a view onto the commander. Commander dramatically dies. A little bit of simulation there. I think maybe a yellow card would be in order there, but I think the supplies are still down, but all the supplies have since been destroyed. And what are the tanks doing? We've got two tanks sat perpendicular in the road rather than parallel. And the Tiger is covering a empty P5? P4 right now. Hey game guy, thank you for dropping by, mate. Hope you've stuck around for the half an hour to hear me respond. In fact, I'll type back so you know I've seen it. Right, sound back on. Let's have a look. The enemy has begun to capture the critical sector. You read it and heard it here first. Clatter, Pappy, Hambon, Thomas, and a big spawn with off of A supply truck. Sorry, what? That's not right. Yes, it is right. No, it's not right. Why is that garrison in the wrong spot? Anyway, it was a supply truck, and the garrison for some reason was placed in the red zone. I'm not sure if that was a mistake or the only place that it could be hidden, but we've got Brecky moving up to... Oh, sorry, sorry. It's the amount of red that is around there is really throwing me off. Goose with the flames and Rosa ready to take it down. No, clearing it, sorry. It was... So it is on the wrong side. But yeah, it would be a little exposed if it was any further to the east. And look at this. Masses of numbers of blueberries on the defence. Even the commander getting involved. Brad getting the elimination onto... I think that was Grzeskoki. Botti Rosa and Davy Dulag pushing into the attacking point. Jonas and Goosey getting taken down. And it seems to be a bit of a brawl going on in this area right now. We've got only one hedgerow really to run up with Brad on the off angle. Rockets away from Peanut. Do connect in the right area, but Healdy somehow survives that. Rockets away from Panzer Farts. Hits the building, but no kills. Satchel goes off, it looks like, but not sure which team that was because both had backed up in anticipation. So either it was heard or they were just lucky. We've got the recon tank now doing some great work now. We've got Ross Bumhead and Mighty now in the recon, ditching the Tiger for the Puma. Going garrison destroying, and they do indeed get the garrison. They kill Sausage Surprise. They're going to see Pappy in the hedges, and they are going to take him down, I think. Yeah. Nope. Nope. You need to stop moving. There you go. That's the accuracy of that gun. Rosa. Whoa! Was that friendly fire from Clatter onto Rosa? They are really taking the PISS right now, aren't they? Clatter just seeing the cap onto last and thinking, yeah, why not? I'll take down my own squad leader. But DBD Stepmom moving up through the fields, trying to clear the area, but Goose is going to get the drop on him through the smoke. It's flames away. Disco Inferno. Oh, great rocket from Panzerfahrt's getting the double kill there. Off the spawn wave off of maybe an OP. But he pays the price with his life. There is a cap going on onto Church Road now. We've got Smith, who's moving back for defensive duties. Corbott, who's the only one anywhere really in the strong point. As I said, near, but he's actually in the strong point there. He doesn't really know where the enemy are pushing from, but Kruner is going to probably see him here. Unknown tribute with no eyes on. Tom C back. Corbott gets the hip fire kill with the Browning, and the MP40 fire from Kruner gets it back up. Major tip toucher, AK Gur, AK the German, and sitting in the safety of this building. STG in hand. Smith hearing the gunfire, alerted to the position now, making it his mission to clear the area. Airhead coming down. Interesting airhead position into a bush. Has anyone spotted the airhead? Boff and Duff on defensive duties for the airhead. No, maybe. It looks like the airhead has gone unnoticed. I do think a spawn wave is going to come off of this. And I think the cap may come through if they're... Yes, spawn wave does come off of the airhead. We've got 4. We've got tank crew even getting involved just to push the weight up. And 15 minutes remaining. This could be a battle over mid for the win if this happens. If this goes in Axis's favour. Rockets away from Panzerfahrts. We've got a bombing run now coming in from the Axis just to clear all of that hedgerow across to Greedy Fox's position. Goose somehow surviving, but it looks like the Blueberries are going to overthrow this tiny plague. Yeah, no, the Blueberries are mopping up the Raspberries. AK with some grenades for good measure, and the cap is at 75%. Looks like this is going to go in Axis's favour. What a battle we've had, by the way. It was 6 caps, 7, almost 8, and now this is going to be the 8th cap. But 8 caps. So as a recap, we've had... Axis cap first, Allies cap mid, Axis cap mid, Allies cap mid, Axis cap mid, Allies cap mid, Allies cap Church Road. 7 caps is what we've had. It's been all over the place. We've seen a good portion of the map this game. Extreme trying to get his supply truck to the defensive point, but yet the cap does come through. Sorry, after I was ranting about how many captures there has been, we saw the 8th cap of the match. 7 flips. And the Sherman moving up into a rather aggressive position. This is K-Man at the wheel. Well, not at the wheel. K-Man at the commanding seat of this tank, telling them where to go. Ronnie is driving and Wilkster has taken over the gun. They are looking towards the middle HQ, waiting for that enemy tank to roll out, but the Tiger has headed off towards the north, so I don't think they're going to see that, but they are set up in the right position for it. But I think they're going to get overwhelmed by anti-tank. Now, a rocket does come through from Wee Wee Devi, doesn't connect and misses by a fair margin. Now, Hambon taken down by AK Jur, and if AK can get the satchel off, this would be a pretty good play right now. Tank will be getting pinged by multiple squad leaders, and the Tiger will be aware. What in the world was that? And where did that even come from? Oh, no. I honestly... Check the map, man. Check the damn map. There we go. Got a medium coming over the trenches out of HQ2. AK is still on the charge to satchel this tank. He's gonna get a HE shell. Yeah, HE to the map scenery. However, the P4 is... Hang on, I know this is probably a bad time. No, it's not a bad time. Everyone's miles away from the points. Right, we're gonna follow these tank crews for a little bit. Okay, so we have got the 1 SBS in a duo with no tank crew. Tank commander, sorry. Tanks are now... Oh, okay. The Tiger did come back to mop up the Sherman. Very unfortunate for K-Man. But you were driving through a pretty open bit of land with a fair few squad leaders dotted around. So, what have we got here? Got Major Colm, the only Blueberry in the point, sneaking around, sneaking into the bunker. Aston, making sure he's dead, empties the mag, just to double check. The disrespect from Aston. Oh, and someone just took their cyanide pills. But anyway, it looks like the artillery battery is not under any immediate threat. We've got disco balls and recon class way out, but I'll move back over to Church Road for the remaining 10 minutes of the match now. We would need a miracle for the Axis to cap the artillery battery. Some kind of airhead, bombing run airhead combo, which we may see. We've got the 76 now pushing up, which is Private Seb, Warthog and Steph. Moving up in a lovely bit of open field. Taking down AT units. Working off the information probably from Andy Mack. They do have bodies to their right hand side, but they just want to make sure that the Tiger, if it's still there, the Tiger can't progress. Oh, there's 3 tanks. Sorry if I missed something. Tank has moved right up now. Seb taking a shot from the side from the Tigre. And quickly taken down. Once the Tiger was in position, it was not going to last too long in that open field. Rocket sails through from Clatter and does not clatter anyone in the process. Now, bombing run out from the Allies to clear the Church Road, but more pressure onto Church Road. Really lumping. Oh, okay, now we can see what's happening. Right, so map analysis time. Right, as you can see off of this spawn here with a little OP, we've had this block of blueberries all trying to push up to artillery battery. So we're going to see this push and maybe this push in the last 9 minutes. Yeah, so this is going to be interesting. But as you can see, the Allies have got a massive amount of pressure onto Church Road and are much closer to Church Road, which leads me to believe that they will start the cap before the Axis start theirs. Now, back to sound on stream, no map. Right, let's have a look. However, Unknown Tribute are in the back, and his squad are in the back line, taking down. They just took down the garrison actually. So they've just taken down the garrison, and if they can get the couple of OPs over here, then it is going to relieve them of that pressure. We've got Badger, Omni, Thomas, Pappy, Hambon, Red, and Black Shark. And Moth, sorry, and Panzerfaust, so that's maybe 7. Yeah, maybe looking at now 6, 7 players in the point. No memes. But a little spawn wave from the defensive squad on the Gary that is on the north side of, sorry, the north side of this house. Dino Badger, Duff Short, Topher, AK Jur, all sitting pretty on defence, making sure that that cap does not come through before the push onto artillery battery is done. And now all the tanks are rushing over. We've got Ross and his tank, and we've got the 1SBS boys with no tank commander, but I think their tank commander may be trying to regroup with them. Rocket away from Panzerfarts, gets the garrison. Panzerfarts might have to hand the MVP to Panzerfarts. That may just have been the thing they needed there. Although there is enough supplies to rebuild, but still they have crippled the defensive supplies and the how comfortable they will be on defense without a garrison. Now, lots of OPs to be fair. You've got 6 OPs and a backup garrison from the Axis, and now only 4 of the Allies are pushing in. Now let's have a quick look over at artillery battery, which is what this whole game really swings on at the moment. This is the pivot of the match, and the cap has begun and has swiftly stopped. But the artillery battery is now what this all depends on. We've got pushes from Weeby Devi, Zombicide, Helen Keller. We've got the 1SBS tank crew commander who is deciding to go infantry and leaving his tank crew to it. Helen Keller, Lieutenant Moose, SpongeBob, all moving in with one goal in sight. P-strike away, hits. Doesn't hit anything, I don't think. But anyway, it's the thought that counts, I think. I think he was going for the Sweezy who was sat there. That certainly wasn't where the Gary was, right? Although there is no... Oh, there is a Gary there. P4 backs up. Rocket away from... was it Girth? Or the guy who just was next to Bomberclat? Cap has begun on the point. Helen Keller, Goose, Super Hands, Greedy Fox. All fighting over the midpoint. T9, Lieutenant Moose pushing up next. T9 taken down with a bullet to the head. Quicker respawn for him though. Maybe allows him to get a sooner wave off of the OP or Garrison. We do have Raspberries looping around the back line of the Axis push with a lovely Garrison and outpost, allowing them to really apply pressure to the push that the Blueberries are trying to do here. However, it is still, they are still getting enough bodies in the strong point. I mean, surely the Allies are going to hold on to their reinforce until they really need it. But P4, spawn wave, off of the Garrison in D8, moving up behind the medium tank. Got plenty of... Oh, there you go. Orders from the commander now to all out defend. Church Road is no longer an objective to capture, and artillery battery is the defensive objective of this commander, who was Greedy Fox. Shout out to him. I do think I need to give it to... well, the winner hasn't been decided yet. Anything could happen. We know that. Anything can happen in the last 5 minutes of the game. So let's just see how this pans out, shall we? We'll see how this pans the farts out. No clues to my MVP of the Allies side. I'm pretty sure Panzerfart's got MVP in the competitive game that I streamed of him as well, which is pretty nice of him. But a great player, a great shooter, and a great user of that rocket launcher. Now, bombing run doesn't connect with anyone. Strafing run, maybe the bombing run would have been better through the middle of the point or over the bunker, across the front of the bunker. But plenty of Raspberries. Goose ensuring that the bodies do not get revived with a bit of a flame. Smoke coming down. The Raspberries have got a lovely hold here across all of the space that is required for the push up to artillery battery. Only Bosco and Bosco, Zombicide, Weeby Devi and Brecky now really remain in a position to really push the point with only 1 minute left to start the cap. Big spawn wave again off of the D8 Garrison. Church Road is not under any pressure right now. Raspberry's just sitting on the outskirts ready to pounce in case they leave it deserted. Excuse me. That's the first yawn. That's the first yawn. Actually, there you go, Fasten. You can have that one for free. Wheezy with a straight rocket away, just to put a dent in the last attempt push from the Axis. And Allies have done a wonderful job here of defending the bunker. And especially the areas to the west of the bunker, which is what really counts. I don't think that there's any remaining air support. There's been a P-strike onto a common garrison location, but there was nothing there. Artillery is coming down onto the bunker, but the raspberries have just got far too many, and that's 2 minutes passing on the timer, and no progress. I like to just give it a few seconds in case, but no progress in the with 1 minute 50 left on the clock, meaning that the win will go to the Allies, the Team Allies. So well done if you're on Team Allies, congratulations. And unlucky to the Axis side, you did a real good job with the opener. And the back and forth was wonderful, but a great retake onto Church Road to give yourself that shot to cap mid. But at least it was a 3-2 and not a 4-1 or a 5-0 whitewash. But anyway, no, it's been good. I will go through MVPs. So my most valuable player for the winners will be certainly Panzerfarts. Seen some great play from him. Great rockets, great shooting, just always in the action. However, I haven't forgot about my MVP for the losing side, and my losing side MVP will be, and he's probably on defence. He's a very defensive-driven man. Yes, there we are. There he is, still making sure they can't cap Church Road, even though the timer has passed. But Pino Badger with the MVP after that tear he went on. And enabling the retake onto artillery battery when it counted. But what he did was not enough to secure a win. But Pino Badger, you have got my MVP for the losing side. And Panzerfarts, you are the true MVP for the winning side, of course. Any honourable mentions? I can't think of any. I can't think. Maybe Rosa. Rosa was pretty good. We saw a little bit of map control from him. But thank you for watching, everyone. This has been Wednesday Means War. I've been your host, Highway to Heal, and I host this. I like to try and host this every week. So if you do enjoy this and you do enjoy watching these Wednesday streams, then do hit the follow, and you'll see me pop up on a Wednesday, and it will most likely be this. I don't really see me streaming anything else on a Wednesday. But it's been good fun. I really enjoyed that. That was a really enjoyable fight to watch. I hope you did too. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you're on YouTube, again, you can subscribe. It's free. So if you want to see this in your sub box, subscribe. If you don't want to see it in your sub box, do not subscribe. Please don't, because then I will be in there, and that's not what you want. If you've liked it, give it a like, and any improvements, anything else you want to see, any funny moments, any timestamps, hit them down in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you very much for your support in whichever way you decide to do so. Thank you very much again for the 7 millionth time. I've been Highway to Heal. See you in the next one. Highway out.